So, how can you train however you want? Well, it's really quite simple. There's a lot of different styles and ways to work out. And then there's a lot of different areas that you can go work out at. There's different gyms. If you have a little at-home gym, if you live in a neighborhood and that neighborhood has a gym at the clubhouse, I mean, you don't have to go far away and be at the gym for hours on end if that's not your goal. If your goal is just to lose weight, there's no reason to be in the gym for 1-hour sessions 5 days a week. If the goal is just to lose weight. Now, if you want to put on muscle and you want to work out like a bodybuilder, then that's an option that you have for yourself. But this is where I say that you have the freedom to train however you would like to, because I'm an expert in each one of these. I have literally done every style of working out in the time that I've been in fitness. I started off with circuit training. And this is what happened to me when I was in college, and this was a while ago at this point. I used to be a baseball player, and I had injured my arm, and after I injured my arm, I just lost everything. I got depressed, I started eating bad food, I started becoming sedentary, didn't go to the gym, really never liked the gym. And before you knew it, in about 6 months, I gained 30 pounds, and it wasn't a good look on me, 30 pounds. So you know what I did? I reached out to one of my former coaches and I was like, hey man, can you set me up with something? I've got to change. And the moment where you want to change, right, is where I saw a picture of myself. And I remember I was sitting outside on the porch, somebody took a picture of me and I was just like this. And then I was thinking in my head how unhappy I was with the way that I looked. And I saw the picture and I was like, oh man, I was just absolutely disgusted. So that's what prompted me. That was my low to prompt me to get myself in shape and make fitness a priority in my life. So what did my coach do? Well, he said, well, you don't need to tweak a lot. Really all you need to do is eat a little bit better, right? Eat a little bit cleaner, and then also get to the gym maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and let me set you up with a circuit training style workout. And that's what circuit training is. So the frequency here is 2 to 3 times a week. And really the workouts only last anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes. So really fast paced, right? Really intense, but condensed, especially for those of you that maybe don't have a lot of time or feel like you don't have time to fit it into your life. That's just not true. You just maybe are thinking about like working out like a bodybuilder or working out like a power lifter or any of these people that are actually like have the time to devote to the gym. So that's what I started with. And by doing that circuit training, I lost all 30 pounds. I lost it in 6 weeks. Now I was a young kid then, but that was still a great feat. So another style that's going to also be fast-paced is CrossFit. You can call it CrossFit, or we can call it functional fitness. And this is actually something that I really like to do now because as I'm getting older, bodybuilding kind of took its toll on me. I used to do bodybuilding a lot for the last 5 years actually, and then I started to realize that I wanted to be flexible. I wanted to be able to do things. I wanted to be able to go out and hike, and be in shape and just be in good overall shape to be able to experience the things that I wanted to experience. So functional fitness and CrossFit, again, 2 to 3 times a week. Same thing, about 20 to 30 minutes for how long you're going to be working out for. And these type of workouts, both of these type of workouts are great. The reason why the frequency doesn't have to be as much is because you're going to burn a lot of fat in a short amount of time. It boosts your metabolism, and as your day goes on, your metabolism stays boosted from this type of workout, this fast-paced, high-intensity workout. So then we're going down the line now. Now, if your goal is to build muscle, you want to build some muscle, then I would probably start you off with hypertrophy training. And hypertrophy training is the traditional splits. Now going back to the CrossFit and the circuit training, it's going to be more full body splits. Every day you might hit, shoulders, chest, legs, back. You're going to hit every single thing, or maybe it's full body. But with hypertrophy training, typically you're going to have the splits like back and biceps, chest and triceps, legs, shoulders and abs, arms. These are the type of things because you need that volume to be able to put on muscle and gain muscle. And as I manipulate your diet, you'll be able to put on the muscle and burn fat at the same time, which is really an amazing thing. So for hypertrophy training, we're going to talk about like 45 minutes to 1 hour. And again, now we're talking about 4 to 5 times a week. Now you still need the rest, right? So 4 times a workout, during a week, especially if you're not training this way, is going to put the muscle on you that you need. And then we can increase to 5, and you also have to make time for this. So I would recommend this to somebody who doesn't have a lot of other like family ties. Maybe you got a girlfriend, something like that, but just maybe family ties, you don't have kids. Or you have a gym at your work, which a lot of people do, in which you have that hour to be able to devote to yourself at the gym for your lunch break, right? So that's where hypertrophy training comes into play. Now bodybuilding is going to be hypertrophy training, excuse the analogy, on steroids, right? So with bodybuilding training, we're going to talk about 5 to 6 times a week, right? And now these workouts are going to be longer because you need more volume. So these are going to be 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes. So this is where volume comes into play. And when I mean volume, I start to calculate reps, the amount of reps of each set times your weight is going to give you a total tonnage lifted. And tonnage meaning the total amount of pounds you lift in one workout setting. And each time you do 15 reps for 90, it's 15 times 90 times I did it for 3 sets times the amount of weight, and that gives you the tonnage. So that's how you figure those things out, especially if you want to put on muscle and do it pretty quickly. Bodybuilding comes into play. Now, powerlifting is the different type where you're just going to do like 2 to 3 sets of, 2 to 3 reps, but like 5, 6, 7 sets, lots of rest. You only need to do it 4 or 5 times a week. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of people that do powerlifting with me, just because it's not practical, especially if you want to have a good physique. You don't see a lot of powerlifters that have a good physique. Typically, they're going to eat a lot so they can lift heavy and be strong. Now, if that's what you want, I got you. But it's not necessarily what a lot of my clientele looks for. And again, their workouts are going to be about 1 hour and a half because they have really long rest in between sets. So here, the rest is going to be like 30 seconds. Here, hypertrophy, we're going into like a minute. Bodybuilding, rest in between sets, we're talking about 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending if you're doing what's called a superset, which is you do a workout back to back. Powerlifting, rest is going to be like 5 minutes. A long time, because you have to have all that. You got to let your muscles recover. You got to let what's called ATP, which is literally energy in your muscles, recover as you start. And just what you want to know when you're working out, the reason why you get tired towards the end is because every time you work out, you do a lift, your ATP drops. Now the rest in between sets brings it back up. But then you're going to do another set and it drops it back down. And it never recovers back to the beginning, but it's just on a downward slope. And that's why at the end you feel your energy is drained, because ATP literally is energy. So powerlifting there. And then the last one is power building. And that's a mixture of powerlifting and bodybuilding. And we're talking about 5 to 6 times a week. And you would do anywhere between 2 minutes to 4 minutes. You probably do a couple of 2 or 3 rep sets. And then going into the volume of like 8, 10, 12 reps. That's kind of traditional for bodybuilding and putting on muscle. And these can last pretty long. It's like 2 hours. So again, normally I don't have a lot of clientele that go for the powerlifting and the power building. Those 2 things are normally too time consuming, and we want to make something that's going to fit into your life. I promise you simple and sustainable solutions, and normally these things are not sustainable, especially for somebody as busy as yourself that's trying to lose the weight that you've gained. You've been in the middle of this rat race of trying to become the person that you want to become when it comes to financially, but then you forgot about yourself, and that's why we want to bring this back so you can remember yourself. So there you go, guys. How I can work out however I want, like that, and you do so with the direction of us and the care to make sure that you achieve the goal that you set out for.